Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab while I do what I do for you. Yeah, I'm rocking in Muhammad today. Perfect chance to do a good lesson, and that's what I'm going to do for you today. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life, excuse me. I give life lessons. You tuning and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission, that's what I'm on, is to get all right thinkers to know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal should be to know thyself. See where I'm going with this? So let's get it done. I get my side done by giving you the information. You do your part by receiving it and implementing it, and you will know thyself. That's the goal. So let's go. So I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. Oh, you're going to learn something today? I got you. So, a person who knows not, my nose will keep itching, and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. That's what I do for you. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here too. Wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself, and always to my yacht be true. This is the book that we're in now. Now, this book cost me $19.95, $20. For $20, woo-wee. And they charge you for these classes and college, all that nonsense. For $20, you can get a whole bunch of information, okay? With your time, energy, and effort, you can gain progress for yourself by practicing the things that you learn in the books that I give you. So I'm going to break one down for you right now. We're dealing with the history and of Shetaut matter and the glorious light practice. Let me read. You gotta read the back of the book to give you what it says. I'm going to read the front of this book. It says, glorious light meditation. That sitting position, I will never take that position. I'm not doing that. That's called the lotus position. Ain't happening. My legs ain't doing that. So, but I'm right quick. It says the oldest meditation system in history was from ancient Egypt. That's what it says. I ain't saying it. That's what it says. I'm going to go to the back of the book. And it says, now, the whole purpose of this book, meditation, mysticism from ancient Egyptian philosophy. This is a philosophy. That's what I keep trying to tell you, right? Thinking philosophy is a philosophy. Now, translated from the what? The original hieroglyphic text. Pyramid text is written in hieroglyphs. The oldest, translated from the original hieroglyphic text of the oldest known meditation system in human history from ancient Egypt. The art of meditation is a yoga discipline which was practiced in ancient Egypt for the purpose for promoting what? Spiritual enlightenment as a race of people. They didn't want a bunch of ignorant zombies walking around. They wanted enlightened beings so they could live in harmony. And that's what they did in Egypt for thousands of years. Thousands of years. And what's this? My nose is, what's going on with this nose thing? But it was presented, this book that is going to break down the Kemetic ancient Egyptian teachings related to the practice of meditation. I'm 10 years in. The mystical psychology and its secret words of power, we call them Heka, which is needed to what? To fully understand and discover what? Your higher self, aka thyself. Thy is God. God is higher. Whatever you want to break it down to, but this thing with my nose, I'm about to just pissing me off for real. So I don't know what's going on. But okay, now we're going to do a whole little breakdown. It's a little bitty book, but it's powerful. See that right there? This is the timeline and the breakdown of the religious concept. You see here A, B, and C. I'm going to break them down for you. We started back here at 10,000. They came in at 2000 BCE. We got the writings off of Seti's wall. And then at 14, they got the writings. And at 10,000 back, that's when the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, the Yoga Sutra, and the Buddhist meditation all came into existence after the Egyptians. Okay, let me break it down for you, starting right here. The glorious light meditation was recorded in the tomb of Seti I in 1400 BCE. 1400. Y'all start at 3200 BCE when the Potomacs were still running Egypt. So all that information you got there is pretty much skewed and, a little bit. But they know for a fact this is on the walls of Seti I. Watch this. This way they got it at 2000, the New Kingdom. At 1500, we got the glorious light. At 1000, you got the Nubians, the Assyrians, you got the Persians, you got the Greeks, and the Romans. All of them come after that. The Indian had Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, the Yoga Sutras, and the Buddhist meditation. Okay, let's start with the first one. A, the glorious light of meditation was recorded in the tomb of Seti I. Wow, it is possible that the formal meditation was practiced in other countries around the world earlier than the date of the glorious light meditation. If it was, it just was not recorded. So if it ain't recorded, it didn't happen. So no proof. You can say what you want. You can want me to believe what you want, but if there's no proof, we ain't going to discuss that. Moving on. They call that religion. Now, it was not recorded for history, but in this sense, the GLM, which is the glorious light of meditation, I'm trying to do the whole thing. He even broke it down. GLM, we all know that to be the glorious light meditation, is the earliest known recorded. The earliest known recorded. We ain't said we started. We ain't said we the first. We were just the first to record it for prosperity and fully documented formal meditation system in history. When you make those kind of statements, you better be able to back it up. So I'm not here to justify, legitimize what they say. I'm just here passing information on and scratching my nose because it's getting on my nerve. But that's what's the deal here. Okay, watch this. Now, the GLM, A, that's the first one, is based on ancient Egyptian myth. We tell you they're myths that stretches back into ancient Egyptian history, historical concept along with myths, putting together, and you weave together a lesson that you can learn, understand, and get better for the lesson. As with other myths, again, other myths of ancient Egypt, such as that of the Assyrian resurrection, the myth of the destruction of the unrighteous men, women, or the story of Hathor, Yanoah, and Tahuti, aka Thoth. Now, Tahuti, every culture has him. He is the prototype of what? Communication from God to man. He's God's mind. So he's the consciousness from God to man. That's the connection. Everybody got one. The Greeks call him Hermes. I mean, the Greeks call him Hermes, and the Romans call him Mercury. But he's the messenger. He's always bringing what? The message from God. He created the writings, the hieroglyphs, the Medjugorje, words of God. He is God, and he putting his words into man, so he become our what? Our consciousness, conception. Man, his nose is pissing me off. Now, Tahuti, what they call thought, and everybody has them. Every culture has a Hermes, thought, whatever. But everybody got somebody who bring the message from God. That's the concept. Christians, y'all call him Jesus. Okay, the Christ. Man, my nose is killing me. Now, and this was an ancient cultural myth. This is a myth dating back to the inception of the ancient Egyptian civilization over 5,000 years ago, from 5,000 to 3,000 BCE, which did not originate with the construction of the Seti temple, but was only recorded there for what? Prosperity. He put it in stone in his temple. So we know that. Now, B is when the 1,000, no, it's 1,500. Now, B is the 1,000 BCE when, excuse me, when you got the Nubians, the Syrians who came in and beat us, took over us. Then the Persians came in, same thing. The Greeks came behind them, same thing. And behind them came the Romans. Okay, so they all took something from us. And now, man, I really don't know what the hell this thing with my nose is about. But now, the second line, B, is represented by Ra, Aku, Au. Glorious light of meditation is scripture. Okay, it's written down as a close parallel to the what? Earlier Per-Im-Heru text. The Per-Im-Heru came way before that. It's the Egyptian book of coming forth by day from the 1800 BCE, the New Kingdom era, in reference to what? The divine soul. That's what Hassan represents. Spirit into human. He's the first. He's the originator. Jesus Christ. And he represented divine soul in chapter 85 of the Per-Im-Heru textbook. Okay. C is the last four. Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Sutra, and the Buddhist meditation. In history, the meditation system of India and China came where? After the glorious light of meditation of what? Ancient Egypt. Right here. We just wanted to put that in perspective. Now we're going to deal with, you hear me say, Shetaut letter, Shetaut. Let's break down what Shetaut is right quick, or what is Shetaut letter. I got a few minutes. Yeah, I'm good. Now, Shetaut letter and the path of awakening. You're studying something to wake you up with what? Information and knowledge. Okay? So what is Shetaut letter? Shetaut means secret. God is hidden. Amun. That means the hidden one. He's God, but you have to go and what? Search of him. You have to gain knowledge, understanding of who? Self. That's who he really is. What? Your higher self. Get it? Boy, this fly getting on my nerve. And this is the sign for the letter. Okay? You see right here it says Shetaut. This is the hieroglyphic for it right here. Alright? Now this is the sign for the letter. A flag. We went over that before. I broke that down to you. So let's break it down again. The teachings about the secret, hidden, supreme being. Shetaut letter means the teachings about who? The secret, hidden, supreme being, aka God. Ancient Egyptian meditation practice is part of a larger system of what? Spiritual practices we call Shetaut letter. That's like when Bruce Lee went to the Shaolin Temple. He was just a student, and for years he practiced and learned the basics. But once he got a chance to exercise his right, he came up with Jeet Kune Do. I took right thinking philosophy after mastering Shetaut letter, Smai Tawi philosophy, and I just put my spin on it, make the stories mine, hence I think of philosophy. So I didn't make nothing up. I just used what they had and added to it. And they did this long ago with practice Shetaut before any other civilization on Earth. If we did it before anybody else, the first. Okay. But the ancient Phoenician Egyptian sages developed a what? Extensive system of mythology again and psychology as a means to what? Assist human beings to what? To develop to their full potential. We are called Haru. Why? Aspirants to what? Aspire to be our best self. And our lower self, the human part, will try to keep us down here. Hence, lower, higher, upper, and lower Egypt. You're Egypt, symbolically. So, that was the whole idea. To be your best self. I prepare for greatness. Both these guys right here did just that with their best selves. Okay. Now, this philosophy, again, this philosophy was called Smai Tawi or Smai Haru. And set. Haru, higher, set, lower. Okay? Egyptian yoga and other terms. When I came out, I was using the title Egyptian yoga. That was over 10 years ago. Who am I is the question, and what is this universe all about? These are all questions that humans have, so you want to answer those questions. And these are questions in which have perplexed humanity since the beginning of civilization. However, the sages of ancient Africa were able to what? Discover the secrets of the universe and of the innermost nature of human heart. This discovery allowed them to what? Create a civilization which lasted, you ready? For tens of thousands of years, and it enabled the creation of the what? Magnificent monuments, starting with the Sphinx, the Great Pyramids, and temples, which still stands today as a testament to what they was doing way back then. Okay? Which stand again to this day. Also, ancient Egyptian religion influenced and continues to influence the religions of Africa and other world religions of today, such as, you ready? Christianity, Hinduism, and even Islam. So what does this mean for us today? Many people have visited Egypt and have studied the work of the Egyptologists, but how many have been transformed into what? Higher-minded, more content, more powerful human beings who can rise to the challenges of life and aspire to achieve what? Material and spiritual success. When Dr. Ben started taking us over there, and Dr. Kwesi took over, everybody, and then Brother Higgins, everybody who went was transformed in what? Mental understanding and a spiritual awakening from within. They was touched spiritually. The reason you go to church is to get inspired, motivated by the word from the pastor who bringing it from God. Same concept. But many people have read about and studied ancient Egyptian mythology. Yeah, I know about Osiris. I know I heard, yeah. No, knowing about something don't mean you know it, understand it, or even willing to practice it. But how is it possible to gain a deeper understanding of the mystical principles, not beliefs, principles, and how it is possible to integrate them what? Into one's daily life, so as to what? Transform oneself into what? A higher intelligent being, as the text describes you should be. How is it possible to go beyond the limited understanding of religion, again, and the philosophy of modern culture, which has not brought peace and prosperity to the world to this day? The philosophy of Maya is what we live by ancient time for thousands of years. You tell me I'm not supposed to practice that. I'm supposed to practice a religious concept that for 2,000 years ain't did nothing but go downhill Spare me the nonsense, please. I'm not following a religious or belief system. I will practice a philosophy. That's what I teach. That's what I live by. That's the lesson. I'll be back with more right now. Right thinkers, may you all live to be 100 and me 100 minus the day. So I never know that right thinker like you passed away. I gotta do something about my damn nose.